Hey folks, good morning and welcome back to the channel. So we got a few things to get through and there's a few things going on in the background. We have got some volume to talk about. I think I know where the volumes come from and we can sort of talk about that and talk about the system, which is Terra Station, being delayed, and we'll show you exactly how it's delayed, why it's delayed, and why it's not always as accurate as it seems, in a sense that it's delayed. So before we get into this, I was speaking to Crypto King earlier in the night, and because I'm recording this at night, obviously, in fact it's 1:15 in the morning here. I spoke to him and he's having a huge issue with a more or less a fake or a scammy kind of validator that is literally used. So this is Crypto King's actual one. I think he's changed the icons and everything now. So this is his actual one. I'll leave a link to it in the description because he's had a huge issue where people have delegated to this one thinking it was him and it's not. So do be aware of that. And I'm just kind of helping him out. I feel really bad that he's suffering with this, and you know, it's kind of giving him a sluggish start. So links to that in the description. Let's now move forward and over to Terra Station with the volume. And as you can see, I've got it set up. We're on periodic. We've got Lunar up, which is Lunar Classic. They really do need to change that. And as you can see, all of a sudden on the 27th, seeing 208.41 billion in transactional volume. Now, we did a video a couple of days ago, which was on the 26th, as to which we covered these transactions, which was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you've got 110 million sent to state. Is that a million? Sorry, billion. 110 billion. Can't imagine that was million. That would have been awkward. You've got 110 billion there sent to stake, and there were some more transactions made after that video, and I believe that is where this volume's come from. And as for it showing up on the 27th, it's the 29th now. You're not seeing the 28th yet, and it's quite sluggish to get there. And the system in itself is sluggish. We know this as validators because our descriptions take a while to change. Our icons will take a few days to change as well. And my lead dev has explained to me that it is delayed and it doesn't always record everything. But this in itself is good, but it can be explained with this simple photo that shows you guys the transactions, which likely attributed to at least half, just over half of what's on there. So let's get rid of those and let's move over to this proposal. Now, I'm just going to read through this. I'm not going to give my opinion. I'm not going to speak about it. I'm just going to read it out and allow you folks to make your own decision and understand what this is. So it's a proposal to fund the devs with $4 million of off-chain community assets. Okay, fund devs. Okay, so this isn't funding Terra Rebels. From what I can tell, I'm very confused to this, and that's why I'm getting it out there for you guys, so you're not surprised by this when it reaches the proposal stage. So one, you've got reclaim possession of the Terra Classic Community Ethereum cross-chain multi-sig wallet, possessing roughly $4.6 million of non-Terra assets on behalf of the Terra Classic community, and use those assets to fund professionalized Lunar Classic blockchain development with robust dev plus community oversight. Replace the current owner slate with a new slate of 6 nominees chosen on a basis of mutual respect and proof of work. Edward Kim, Tobias Anderson, Alex Forshaw, Maximilian Bryan, Marcus Picard, and Ian, which is PFC Validator. Immediately expand the multi-sig to include 3 additional members to strengthen the independent oversight and community participation. Seton Stake, Lunkdao, and Jack Zampolin of Cosmos, OG, and leader of the Akash network. The new multi-sig would be a 5 of 9 minimum of 5 votes. Of 5 yes votes required to authorize anything. So that would mean that 5 of them could also kick another member out. Each signer will be paid USD $5,000 per month. Each new signer's obligations will include helping create and iterate upon a 12-month community-driven Lunk development roadmap, soliciting bids from the community to execute on pieces of said roadmap, evaluating qualifications and track records of bidders, voting on finalists, and monitoring their work progress to completion. Clear failure of a signer to execute his duties will result in his being voted off the multi-sig and replaced with a new signer of remaining signers and the community joint preference. Proposal details. The Terra Classic community votes to reclaim possession of the Ethereum cross-chain multi-sig wallet, TC Community Multisigs, and all assets therein. These assets' current USD value, excluding the unknown amount of USTC available in the lending market liquidity pools, is roughly $4.16 million at current prices. The multi-sig includes USTC stuck in lending markets. The majority of the USTC has been withdrawn and burned already. However, a significant amount remains stuck in lending markets due to borrows. As this becomes available to withdraw, the new multi-sig owners will withdraw and burn it. So as you can see, all of these here, links to this in the description. I'm not going to go through and read all of those out. The 6 current owners of the TC Community Multisigs transfer their keys over to a new slate of TC Community Dev Quant Proof of Work leaders: Edward Kim, Tobias Anderson, Alex Forshaw, Maximilian Bryan, and Marcus Picard, and Ian from PFC Validators. The 6 new owners immediately expand the multisig to include 3 additional signers: Seton, Coach Bruce, Jack Zamplin, major leader of the wider Cosmos community. The compensation for multi-signer role will be USD $5,000 per month. The duties for multi-signer role will include building out a 12-month community-driven roadmap of LUNC dev deliverables, vetting work proposals, evaluating proposer teams, funding the most qualified bids to meet community requests, and overseeing the execution of said work. All work proposals to the multisig must be made public along with funding votes by multisig. Signers are free to submit their own bids for specific work deliverables like other bidders, with the expectation that they could rescue themselves from voting, pitting themselves against other community bids. The multisig will fund L1 LUNC chain maintenance and upgrades only. It will not fund any DApp development or other activity outside the ownership of LUNC token holders. Any UST that becomes available in lending pools will be extracted and burned on chain. The multi-sig owners provide a summary of itemized expenses to the community, including all relevant on-chain transactions, approximately 1x per month. If any multi-sig owner believes that he is no longer able to carry out his delegated duties, she or he commits to resign regardless. Negligence or failure to carry out said duty will result in the signer's removal from the multi-sig and replacement after dialogue between the individual remaining signers as well as the broader community with a mutually acceptable replacement. If and when the community agrees upon a more sustainable governance framework, balancing scalability, decentralization, and accountability, the balance of multi-sig will be returned to community possession in the most practical way possible, and the multi-sig owners will relinquish their salaries, compensation, and associated duties for oversight, budgeting, and L1 dev management. Beyond the proposed salary, the community commits to fund the legal defense of any individual on the multi-sig for any LUNC-related litigation she or he may face. Special thanks to Jagmot, All Nodes, Eric from End Labs, the Lifted Initiative for their additional input. So there's a huge background here. I'm not going to go through it because you guys can read it yourself. I just wanted to get the, actual proposal itself out there. I'm not interested in all of what Alex is saying that he's done to message different people and stuff like this. So in itself, I think you all know who Alex is, and I think you all have your own opinions on this. I have my own opinion on it, but from where I'm sitting, I'd rather sit on the fence on this one, not get too heavily involved, because $4 million can change people, and I just don't want to be in people's crosshairs when $4.6 million at stake. I'm not interested in money. I don't want control over million. I don't want to be paid $5,000 a month so then I can be held accountable and taken to court and things like that. So it's my, respected opinion right now to sit on the fence and just, allow the community to choose how they wish to push forward on this. So the results of voting, if yes, will delegate control of 4.15 million of community-owned Ethereum assets to an expanded 9-person multi-sig committee: Edward Kim, Anderson, Forshaw, Bryan, Strafe Cole, Itan, Ian, Coach Bruce, and Jack Zamplin to manage on behalf of the Terra Classic community. This shows the LUNC community accepts a need for an existing core dev quant team to be paid for their work, and trusts their judgment to delegate work to other devs and community members who submit credible credible proposals to create additional proof of work for LUNC community, extract and burn all USTC as it becomes available in the Fuse and AVE lending pools. No. Reject the proposed multi-sig ownership transfer to new ownership state. This shows that the LUNC community does not trust the proposed slate of 9 to manage the community funds. I think Ed's kind of missed something here, and I think there should be, you know, no, we just don't want this in general. I think, you know, that should be in there. That should be an option. But sitting on the fence on this one, guys, I think that option should be in there. I think everybody's entitled to that option. When this does go up for a proposal, I have no doubt it's going to, with all the people that are behind this one. I'll put the polls up for the 7-day period, and we'll have to put them up for 6 days, and we'll allow the community to vote as to which they would like to see the HUC vote on this. Totally down to you guys. Don't aimlessly vote on these things. That's why I like to read them. I know people sit there and go, no, we can read this ourselves, but I like to read things out because I know people don't like to read things. There's not a listening feature built into this website or anything like that, so it makes it a bit more complicated, although you can download an app. The volume in itself, if it continues, say, over the next few days to show like this, that'd be really good. But I honestly believe that was what took us up to where we are now with all the staking ratio and things like that. So I think that was just where all those coins got put into delegations and things like that. Absolutely no moves from the Binance hot wallet whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever going on with this wallet. Absolute myth and just shrouded in conspiracies, theories, and all sorts of different things. Very interesting hot wallet in itself. Guys, stay safe. Have a really nice Saturday. And do read into things like this. Links to everything in the description. And we'll catch you in the next one.